Let's be honest, no one likes talking about risks. It's like inviting negativity to the party. But here's the thing. Ignoring risks won't make them disappear. In fact, it's like walking through a minefield blindfolded. Project risks are those unexpected events or situations that can throw your project off course. They're the what-ifs that keep project managers awake at night. A risk could be anything from a team member falling ill to a supplier going bankrupt, from bad weather delaying construction, to a change in government regulations. The good news is, with a bit of planning and proactive thinking, you can mitigate these risks and keep your project sailing smoothly, or at least prevent it from completely capsizing. The first step to mitigating risk is knowing what you're dealing with. It's like making a list of potential hazards before going on a hike. You wouldn't go trekking in the wilderness without a map and some supplies, would you? Start by brainstorming with your team. Encourage everyone to speak up, no matter how small or insignificant a potential problem may seem. Remember, no idea is a bad idea at this stage. Think about past projects. What went wrong? What almost went wrong? Were there any near misses? Learning from experience, both yours and others, is invaluable. Look at external factors. Are there any economic or political uncertainties that could impact your project? What about environmental factors or changes in technology? Once you have a list of potential risks, it's time to prioritize them. Not all risks are created equal. Some are more likely to occur than others, and some will have a greater impact on your project if they do occur. To assess the likelihood of a risk, ask yourself, how probable is it that this risk will actually happen? Is it a common occurrence or a once-in-a-blue-moon event? To assess the impact of a risk, consider, if this risk does occur, how badly will it affect our project? Will it cause a minor delay or a complete derailment? A simple way to visualize this is by creating a risk matrix. This is a graph that plots the likelihood of a risk against its impact. Risks that fall into the high likelihood, high impact quadrant are your top priority. Now comes the action plan. For each high priority risk, you need to develop a strategy to either prevent it from happening in the first place, or minimize its impact if it does occur. There are 4 main strategies for risk mitigation. Avoidance. This means changing your project plan altogether to eliminate the risk. For example, if there's a risk of bad weather delaying construction, you might choose to schedule that phase of the project for a different time of year. Mitigation. This involves taking steps to reduce the likelihood or impact of the risk. For example, if there's a risk of a key team member leaving, you might cross-train another team member to fill in if needed. Transference. This means shifting the responsibility for the risk to a third party. For example, you might take out insurance to cover the cost of potential damage or delays. Acceptance. This is simply acknowledging the risk and deciding to deal with it if and when it occurs. This is typically used for low likelihood, low impact risks. Section 5. Real-world risk management examples in action. Let's say you're organizing a large outdoor music festival. One obvious risk is bad weather. To avoid this risk entirely, you could decide to hold the festival indoors. However, this might not be feasible or desirable. To mitigate the risk, you could invest in sturdy tents and raincoats for attendees, develop a contingency plan for moving the event indoors if necessary, and purchase weather insurance to cover potential financial losses. Another risk might be a headlining act dropping out at the last minute. To mitigate this, you could secure a backup headliner in advance, or have a contingency plan for offering refunds or discounts to attendees. Section 6. The Risk Register, your project's safety net. A risk register is a document that lists all identified risks, their likelihood and impact, and the chosen mitigation strategies. It's essentially your project's safety net. The risk register should be regularly updated throughout the project lifecycle as new risks emerge and existing risks change. It serves as a central repository of information for the entire project team. Section 7. The importance of communication and collaboration. Risk management is not a solo endeavor. It requires open communication and collaboration among all project stakeholders. Regularly communicate project risks and mitigation strategies to your team, sponsors, and other relevant parties. Encourage feedback and suggestions for improvement. Foster a culture of transparency and accountability. Everyone should feel comfortable raising concerns and reporting potential risks. Section 8. Embracing flexibility. Adapting to unexpected events. Remember, no matter how well you plan, there will always be unexpected events. That's why it's crucial to be flexible and adaptable. Don't be afraid to deviate from the original plan if necessary. Be prepared to adjust your approach and make decisions on the fly. View risks as opportunities for learning and growth. Every challenge overcome makes your project stronger and your team more resilient. Section 9. Final thoughts. Making risk management your project's best friend. Risk management might seem like an extra burden, but it's an essential investment in your project's success. By proactively identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks, you can increase the likelihood of delivering your project on time, within budget, and to the required standard. Remember, risk management is not about eliminating all risks altogether, but about making informed decisions and taking calculated risks to achieve your project objectives.